likes
that.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. And at one point, seems like ISO basketball was falling out of favor, Bill, but the Rockets have made a cornerstone of their success, that very thing.
True. For the regular season.
Right,
for the
and then it
early
changes,
rounds.
doesn't it? Right?
Yeah, I do wonder if it's like the run and shoot with football, where it's this.
You don't trust it, maybe? You don't trust it?
Yeah, it's for the regular season. You're playing a team once. They don't have time to scout it for a bunch of weeks. But, you know, when you get to the playoffs, you're playing the same team 7 times.
Scouting gets better.
Yeah, and players, you just played it 2 nights ago. You did play it against the same offense. You pick up little tricks. And I really wonder if you can win 4 straight rounds doing it.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Davis, and it's McGee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward position. And here is Green after the three-pointer from Robert Covington. And that one's good by LeBron.
I love how quick he makes decisions. I mean, if a shot is there for him, LeBron is not going to think twice or hesitate. He'll let it fly.
Whistle blows, basket is good. Joel McGee's here for a three-point play. On moving to Los Angeles and joining the Lakers, Magic Johnson is a major component of that recruitment. Bill, what happens now that Magic is no longer with the organization?
If I was a Laker fan with the cap space they have, with the window of LeBron for just like 2-3 more years max, I would want the best possible person running my team who's going to everything. Every single shoot around, going to Europe to scout, you know, foreign players and all that stuff. That's what they need.
Good point. That one misses for Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden has a wide open look. And that goes on the assist by Russell Westbrook. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Back to James. Lets it go from deep. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
The three from Harden. LeBron grabs the miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually like blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players.
And still stay competitive.
Build
so they kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have.
That was special.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Pass to LeBron. A 3-ball. He's off on that one. And it's Houston the other way. And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players were born in a country other than the United States. The talent is that broad all over the globe.
And Giannis was born on another planet. We don't know what planet
He is otherworldly.
Was it Earth? I think he just got dropped from some satellite. Yeah, this all starts with
I love it, too. Don't you? I love the fact
do.
we've got players from Latvia and Greece.
What's cool about it is they all kind of have distinct identities and quirks. One of the things that makes somebody like Doncic so much fun to watch is he's not like anybody else. Like, he's close to James Harden, but he's also that step back 3 that he was taking that he's been making his whole life. Other than Harden, nobody was even really shooting it that way, you know? And I think there's an unselfishness with the European guys that is really useful for the way the American style.
100% agree.
They really, guys move without the ball, it's give and go, and it's not just like clear out them up.
Yeah.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
McLemore, the pass. To Clemens, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. You talk about a back and forth game. This is the difference.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Here's Howard. The Rockets pull it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, they're really creative. And that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. these games slow down, it's going to be a 92-89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
And, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Here's Clemens, and it's sent back by Howard. They grabbed their own miss. Pass to McLemore. Tries yet again.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempt.
A nice shot by Rivers.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Trying to get open is Kuzma. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Passes it to Clemens from the arc. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Caruso. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the Lakers.
Markieff Morris.
8 seconds left in the first quarter. Rivers in the corner. Fires for 3. Can't hit that one. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 2. We'll be back short. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made in the NBA.
I always feel like I've got it. Always.
And Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late-game situations.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos.
Yes,
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Smith. Morris is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Howard.
J.R. Smith.
And it's Caruso in at the point.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
The Rockets perpetually knocking on the door. At what point, though, Bill, do you think their window will close?
I think that point happened in May of 2019. I think they had 2 years to win the title where everything was lined up for them. 2018, they're up 3-2 against the Warriors. The Warriors are tired. They seem like they're fading. They can't close. I think the key for them is the difference between being a regular season team and a playoff team. They're a great regular season team, but the playoffs every year become more and more complicated. You got to come up with a plan C, a plan D, a plan E as the series goes along, and their plan A is kind of what they ride with. They get tight, the crowd gets tight, they slow down. What's your plan B? And they haven't set up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And the lack of top of the list.
Let's look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Howard. Caldwell Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And James subbed in for Alex Caruso. There's Green with the 3. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And Green is a world-class sniper, laser, an excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
They'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my number 1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant, hit win the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first. Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated. And you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure. You want to use that rule in my book.
Caldwell Pope finds Green. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
House. Another miss by Houston. And here are the Lakers. A 14-2 run over the last bit. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Caldwell Pope. And it's 6 points for Davis.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Rockets trail by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Westbrook. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big man. He can score from everywhere.
Some changes for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Waiters in for Green. Now a timeout called by Houston.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Dion Waiters. Last season's performance for him. Put up about 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
LeBron outside. Caldwell Pope outside. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, the bandwidth of Caldwell Pope's range continues to expand. This guy thinks he's going to make it from anywhere.
Westbrook with a wide-open look. Covington, rebounded by McGee. Lakers leading by 19 points. And they double up Davis. Kicks it to Waiters. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 10 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here. You know, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
At the line for 2.
You know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
There's the pass to Harden. Outside, Covington. Clock at 6. Here's Harden on the wing. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's Westbrook. Rebound the Lakers. James has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Waiters. Back to LeBron. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. And there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist by James.
Contavious Caldwell Pope. Substitution on the court.
Here's Clemens. That one's off, still out of sync. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what has your approach been so far tonight?
Just trying to play with a lot of energy. to do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. It's hard.
Dwight, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotation. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of LAL at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA.
James Harden!
I digested all kinds of books and stories about him, and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Here's Westbrook. Drops in the layup for 2. Westbrook's got his third basket of the night.
And you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim, and plays in attack mode all the time.
And they double up Davis. James looking around. Outside, Green. Jacks up a 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 3. James has got his 7th assist here tonight.
That would be 4 in a row for him now, as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Westbrook passes to House. That one, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. And here's LeBron outside. They get it back. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. First free throw is good.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Marquise Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope finds Davis. And it's good. 2 points. Davis has got 15 points. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words what he is able to do on the basketball field?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of
James
all
Harden
on a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Westbrook against Green. It's House outside. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Just 4 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got 4 points in the quarter.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys... Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum-level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
From deep Harden, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game. From inside, LeBron's shot is good. James has got 20.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope.
Check now the stats for Covington. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, just over 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers, defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position and uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of him.
Smith's shot is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Anthony
And
Davis.
Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duty.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
He's on the bounce for the Rockets as Houston retains possession. So both teams making some changes here. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Green left side. Pass to Clemens. 5 to shoot. No good on the triple. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Kuzma. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And it's sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
Rockets ball.
"17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Offensively,
Assist goes to
defensively, they are
Dion
in
Waiters.
control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Obviously, we got to pick up. We know they get some hard
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. J.R. Smith out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Howard. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Caruso in at the 1 spot.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication. And now he's able to make a pay.
Baseline jumper. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And here are the Rockets now. Pass to Rivers. And here is Green. And that one is clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Dwight Howard. Clark, who are a few under the radar guys who really get it done, scoring the ball and then forward position?
At the line for 2.
I tell you what, a couple of names that come to mind. Bogan Bogdanovic, outstanding scorer. Gallinari, and then John Collins, the young fellow down in Atlanta. Those 3 guys are all a little bit undervalued as scorers.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
The Lakers shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Raiders no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And the pass to Smith. Back to Waiters. Beyond the arc. Green with the rebound. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Rivers can't get it to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media.
I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away. We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
He'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, I love the confidence that JR shoots the ball with. You know, it's amazing now. He can shoot you in or out of games when he falls in love with that 3.
So for the Rockets, Tyson Chandler is checked in for Green. Caboclo comes in for Damari Carroll, and Mbamute comes in for Ben McLemore. The Lakers also changing it up. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Dudley comes in for Waiters. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Alex Caruso. Smith kicks to McGee. From deep. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by McGee. 8 points for Smith.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Rebounded by McGee.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Pass to Kuzma. Mbamute with the steal. Pass to Chandler. A putback. Lakers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. From deep. Cook, good. Cook's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
The Rockets making a switch here.
That's his
McLemore's
first
checked in.
foul.
The Lakers also with a sub. Waiters is checked in. Rivers looking over the floor. There's McLemore. No good off the back of the rim.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
And there it is for him.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over their previous 2 games.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Rivers finds Ba'amute. Here's Chandler. Back to Ba'amute. And some nice passing there by Houston. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Rivers. Fires the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Chandler with the steal. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. Shoots. They get it again.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's McGee, and there's another turnover by the Lakers.
And that's just carelessness. You have got to have your head in the game.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.